Hello everyone, it's Duckfair07. Today we are playing Mono White Aerith Combo with the green splash. So the main deck is mostly white except for the Haywire Mite, and in the sideboard we got some green cards like Veil of Summer that protects our combo against Dimir spells, and we got Gaddock Teegs which are great piece against a lot of decks like playing Wraith of the Skies or decks playing Goblin Charbelcher. Or there's a bunch of combo decks like Tron and the Kozilek's Command that Gaddock Teeg is good against, and I actually even considered it in main. It was so good in post-board games. Okay, so in the sideboard I got some more one pieces like Scavenging Ooze, Outland Liberator. I have these cards because they are tutorable with Recruiter of the card, and they can be very useful in the post-board games. Remorseful Cleric plus Scavenging Ghouls are graveyard hate pieces which also work well with Agatha Soul Cauldron. Forge Tender can be tutored with Recruiter as well and can protect the combo against red decks. Reprieve is counterspell that is in color, and it's definitely can win games in some matchups where opponent plays a big mana spell. So two Wrath of the Skies here, and Wrath of the Skies I think is a necessary piece here. This deck is not so all in on 1-drops and 2-drops like other energy versions, so I think you can play in that way that you get big value from Wrath of the Skies decks, even more when you're playing like the Boros energy. Okay, so Delivery Moogle, this card may seem weird, but if you read it, you will notice that this searches your library and graveyard for artifact with mana value 2 or less. So the very important thing about Moogle in this build, it finds you Agatha Soul Cauldron. I play this deck, and very often I was very close to combo, but then I had like recruiters to get me Aerith and the Ballista and any other thing like a Guide of Souls or Ocelot Pride, and then I was just missing a card to tutor for my Agatha Soul Cauldron to have combo more consistent in the later turns, and Delivery Moogle is perfect. It gets you both Ballista and Soul Cauldron, whatever you're missing, but it can also find stuff like one of Portable Hole or Haywire Mite, which is very sweet, can be very useful as well. Okay, so that is it. That is the deck, very simple. Like we have the energy thing going on here, and we have Aerith combo pieces here, and aside from that we got Recruiter and Moogle like tutor pieces plus some Solitudes. That is the entire deck. Let's go check out the gameplay. Before that, let me remind you of my Decktionary profile. Soon I'll be updating my base tier guide with new Cecil Zoo and Chocobo Zoo guides by the end of this week. In the Zoo tier you can also find additional guides like this one, Fable Zoo and Frog Zoo, plus access to all these articles with more than 12,000 words on Zoo. Lot of tricks and tips about various matchups and usual gameplay with the deck. Okay, so that is it. We can now go to the gameplay and see how these games went. Okay, so match 1, this is a one-lander, so I decide to mulligan, and here I have all the combo pieces. So this is a turn 3 kill if my opponent taps out or whatever. So I go for a Lush Portico. Even if they kill my Aerith, I can go for a Recruiter next turn and try to combo again. My opponent gets the Indata Triumph and plays Territorial Cow. This means they are playing Zoo, and this means I have a free kill here. So I play my Aerith, I play the Ballista, exile Ballista from the graveyard, put a counter on my Ballista, and Aerith, since Aerith has a lifelink, every time I deal damage it gets a counter again. So I can just repeat this. Goes infinite, it's an infinite combo, And yeah, I just continue pinging my opponent so they see what is going on in my deck, and yeah, they realize it's a infinite combo. So this is very quick, game 1. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so actually this version I played here was slightly different, and I think this was my initial version. Okay, so in initial version I played one of Mikos, which can be tutorable and used with Agatha Soul Cauldron. Didn't really find it useful. I had a Bright Glass Gearhulk, which I didn't like very much. Not at all. I find Moogle like more useful than that card. I had one Safi, Eric's daughter. Our Safi can protect your Aerith and can also scam the Solitude in, which seemed very interesting. So you can tutor the Safi with Recruiter, and next turn you can just play the Solitude and scam it with Safi. I thought that is interesting, but after this was, I think, my second version of a deck, and the last one, the third version, is the one we saw in the beginning of the... I think it's good to see both of this version, and this after this league I didn't really like Mikos and Gearhulk, and I went with Moogle, and I liked Moogle more in leagues I played. Okay, so let's go, but this is very close to the final list, so I think it's okay to show this video. Okay, so now I have Aerith, I have Walking Ballista, and I'm missing Agatha Soul Cauldron at the moment. Opponent here connects with Ragavan and plays my Safi actually, which they exiled with Ragavan. That's okay. So at the moment I'm missing at the moment I'm missing just Agatha Soul Cauldron for combo. I decide to play Walking Ballista here. Walking Ballista can kill Ragavan, and of course they'll bring it back with Safi, but yeah, at least I'm not taking damage this turn, and I'll try to deal with it on the next turn. Okay, opponent gets their Ragavan back, but now I also have a Burrenton Forge Tender, which is not easy for my opponent to deal with, and I get my Guide of Souls back as well. Opponent goes for, yeah, the Zoo playing Shadowy Backstreet. That is like the nightmare, and whatever this mana base is with Bloodstone Mire, it seems terrible. It's amazing what would people play. Okay, so opponent decides to binding my Guide of Souls. I think they should have binded my Burrenton Forge Tender. This happens when people net deck. When people net deck, this happens, and they just end up playing Bloodstained Mires and Shadowy Backstreets in their Zoo decks. This is like so terrible. It's so terrible, I'm out of words. Okay, so I go for getting back my Guide of Souls back and play the Scavenging Goose, getting more energies. Okay, so I'm hoping to find Ocelot Pride here with Recruiter of the Guard, and then Ocelot Pride can potentially go crazy with Guide of Souls. Okay, opponent takes my Guide of Souls, that's okay. And now I will just use Recruiter to get another Guide of Souls. Okay, that's funny, and I have multiple options, but I decided to just go simple and go for a Guide of Souls. Next turn go Guide plus Ocelot, have like infinite blockers, and opponent again uses the Kavu discard ability. They are trying to find Scion, of course. And yeah, here I use my Static Prisons again, but yeah, now I got the Ocelot Prides, and now I'm like infinite energy here. My Ocelot Pride going crazy here. Opponent trades with Recruiter, that's good for me. I get a bunch of cat tokens and bunch of Ocelot Pride abilities here. Opponent concedes, so that is match 1. Okay. Okay, let's go for match 2. Okay, again I have Cauldron and Aerith in my hand, so at this moment I'm only missing Walking Ballista to combo off. In this variant I had only 3 Ballistas in the deck, so that was like a less chance to get the combo. And yeah, okay, since I have Haywire Mite in the main deck, this was a great draw here, killing Urza Saga, and then I can just Agatha Haywire Mite on the next turns and do this again if necessary. Okay, my opponent plays Eldrazi Temple, so this is I'm playing against Eldrazi build, good to know. So I exiled their Glaring Fleshraker. I don't really like a Fleshraker here, and I play Ocelot and I play Cauldron. So in case I'm protecting my Ocelot with Giver of Runes, and I can exile the Haywire Mite from the yards to kill more Urza Sagas if necessary. Opponent goes for Kozilek's command, and yeah, they just kill my Giver and make some Eldrazi spawns. That's okay. So I go for Aerith on this turn still, looking for that Ballista to get the trigger. Aerith also triggers of Ocelot because it has lifelink, but my opponent can sacrifice Eldrazi spawn here to prevent me from gaining life and getting Aerith or Ocelot triggers. Once again, they have another Kozilek's command. I'm still trying to find that. Yeah, I'm still not getting the Aerith triggers because they can just sacrifice these Eldrazi spawns. And I'm taking the sorcery from their graveyard in case they have Emrakul. Okay, so they are on Brute Scale here, putting Brute Scale in their hand, but they are tapped out of green mana. They can play Brute Scale this turn. They play Walking Ballista to kill my Aerith, and that's actually super funny because I have another Aerith in my hand, and with their Ballista, this is infinite, and I win this one. I could not find my Ballista, but opponent here helped me get the Ballista kill. This is actually so funny. Okay, so I got the combo, opponent concedes. Also, they could just accidentally mill their Ballista with Rumble, so yeah. It's this matchup just make it even easier for me to get the combo. And I think in all my games I sideboarded out Mikos and Brightglass Gearhulk. It's Safi was actually okay. I think if you want to play Safi, it was a decent piece. Few times it saved my Aerith. One time I scammed the Solitude with it. It was like a decent piece, I can say. Often I trimmed like one or two recruiters of the guard post board if they felt too slow. And Wrath of the Skies are just great against these Saga decks. Okay, so yeah, here I have Giver or Guide I can play on turn 1. I decide to go more aggressive here, go for Guide of Souls. Opponent plays a Brute Scale, and now I go turn 2 Outland Liberator, and I think I could possibly wait for them to use mana on Brute Scale, but I decide to just immediately Solitude the Brute Scale. Opponent now has Saga again, plays the Glaring Fleshraker and Vulcan Ballista just to trigger Fleshraker and play the Rumble. Here is another Scion triggering the Fleshraker, and now they have another Brute Scale in their hand. I have a Wrath of the Skies here, but I don't think I want to use it at the moment. I think I will just kill the Urza Saga here and play the Gaddock Teeg and use the Guide of Souls ability on attack to pump my Guide of Souls, make my clock better. And yeah, now I sacrifice the Liberator. And I used my energy here, which I could potentially use to play Wrath of the Skies. And yeah, I was somewhere in between using the Wrath of the Skies and just playing more creatures. But I decided to wait more with Wrath, and I decided here to trade with Gaddock Teeg. It seemed weird that my opponent would trade here. I was okay with trading here, and Aerith is so cool with Guide of Souls because Guide of Souls pumps her, and even without combo, Aerith often can grow very large, like each creature entering the ability triggers Aerith with Guide of Souls on the field, and it just grows more and more. It can become like a truly large threat. Okay, so I have one energy, one spare energy here. I can kill the brute scale, but yeah, the Writhing Chrysalis survives, and it would be big then, and I don't really like that. I think I'm just going to prolong this game until I draw more cards and until my opponent plays more stuff, and then just Wrath of the Skies the entire board. Okay, I decided to not to risk anything. I don't have instant speed interaction. I do have Haywire Mite, but I decided to just go clear the board in this situation, kill everything, since I have another Aerith in my hand, and that seems like a good position to restart the board for me. So I go for Aerith. If they don't kill it, Aerith can grow kind of pretty quickly here. Here is here is actually the Soul Cauldron, and again they have Walking Ballista in their in their deck, but unfortunately they do have Dismember, so I only play Witch Enchanter this turn, kill their Blade, and Witch Enchanter is another attacker here, so that's decent. And the opponent kills my creature, passes the turn. I have Soul Cauldron in my deck, in my hand. That's cool. Okay, they go like Pitting Needle my Soul Cauldron. I exile Haywire Mite in response. They just found this Pitting Needle on time, because again I had Aerith Combo, but I could not use it because of the needle. I have Haywire Mite below Cauldron, so actually I can if I get a counter on any creature, I can use the Cauldron ability. Okay, so opponent finds a way to kill my Aerith again. They have a Walking Ballista. And yeah, here now, but now I can choose what I like here the most, and I think I like most another Witch Enchanter to just hardcast it next turn. My opponent can grow their Ballista a bit, but nothing else. Okay, so I go for Witch Enchanter, and I have to choose if I kill Needle or Ballista, but I think I definitely want to kill Ballista here, even though I have Aerith plus Cauldron in my hand. Ballista still can grow and kill my Aerith, so it seemed like the best thing to just kill the Ballista here. They are on 0 cards in hand, but finding good top decks, and they got another Rumble here. Finding Urza Saga, passing the turn, but another Enchanter for me. Bunch of good top decks from both sides. Again, I have to choose, do I kill the Urza Saga here or Pitting Needle? Killing Pitting Needle opens up combo win for me with Aerith plus Soul Cauldron. But yeah, so I go for Needle, let them have Urza Saga. Let them make that constructs. I'm on a lot of life, and these constructs will just be like a 1/1 creature. So I go for a Soul Cauldron, and now I can... do I have Haywire Mite? I don't think... Yeah, they have Haywire Mite actually in their graveyard, so I can just kill Saga with Haywire Mite. That seems great. This turn and the next turn I can just play Aerith and win on combo. Okay, so I exile Haywire Mite from the graveyard. Is it? Yeah, I have a Haywire Mite from the graveyard, deal some damage, and then sacrifice my Witch Enchanter to kill Urza Saga, play Guide of Souls, and pass the turn. Okay, my opponent only 1 card in hand at the moment, and I go for Aerith, and I have Marsh Flats, which finds me Idyllic Grange, and I can actually combo more easily. And but yeah, that was it. Opponent could not prevent me from comboing there, so they pass the turn. Okay, so this was a match against Jeskai Energy, and it seems like a hard matchup. It's a hard matchup for Energy as well. They have like a bunch of Wrath of the Skies in the main, which is terrible. And yeah, I think this is probably one of the hardest matchups. For any version of Energy, like the regular one or the Aerith Combo. I think Aerith Combo is like even better Against it, I have like a Soul Cauldrons in the main that deal with Flage very easily, and Aerith Combo is like very efficient, just always win the game. I go for Ocelot Pride here, just save the Aerith. They have to deal with this. And yeah, I have Solitude in my hand. Opponent is trying to... they go like Flage and kill my Guide of Souls. Unfortunately, then try to consign their Flage trigger. But I have Solitude to prevent them from killing my Ocelot Pride as well. Now, before combat, I play Aerith to get another trigger from Ocelot. Okay, so I go for Ocelot, and luckily Flage is exiled. I kept my Flooded Strand as a surprise if they try to bolt my or Flage my Aerith. Then I have Idyllic Grange available. Okay, but now I decide to go for Lush Portico. My opponent didn't play anything. I find Safi on the top. I put Safi in the graveyard, but yeah, it would be better to draw Safi here than another land, but it is what it is. I wanted to try to draw something even better. And yeah, my Aerith is actually large now. It's a 5/5. I have a Static Prison in my hand in case they find a big threat, and they do find a big threat, Null Drifter. It's it's hard to deal with. I have to have Static Prison for it, so I go for a Static Prison. Unfortunately, my opponent has a Force of Negation. I play a Recruiter of the Guards, and I have some options. Here. I can go for Ballista, and if I draw Agatha Soul Cauldron here, I'm very close to winning. My Aerith is large. It's a 6/6 at the moment, not in easiest to kill for their deck, but yeah, it is Wrath of the Skies deck. Unfortunately, my opponent has the Wrath of the Skies in the good moment, and yeah, that kind of seals the game. I played a few more stuff here, but it didn't matter, so they got the win. Okay, I think I like just showing the initial my final list in the beginning of the video, and then the gameplay with us testing all these other cards like Safi, but they are all one-offs and they just didn't appear too much. But I think Moogle was superior to Gearhulk, and I never wanted to see Mikos, and it just wasn't good, and I decided in the end to go with 4 Ballista over Safi, but I can't say Safi was actually only one of these one-offs that I actually liked. I think this is a good piece, and when I switched to Moogle, I replaced 1 Static Prison with 1 Portable Hole, since it's tutorable with Moogle. Okay, so that is it. I bought in some Gaddock Teeg for the Wrath of the Skies, but this matchup was really hard. Again, I have Walking Ballista, Aerith Gainsborough, and there is a lot of games like this where you have two combo pieces but struggle to find a third one, since deck just doesn't have that much card draw. So I played Derivally Moogle and liked it because it was just another card that has a decent body. It's a 3/2 flyer, so it attacks well, but also can like find the combo pieces you're missing, Agatha or Ballista, and that was very important. Also, comboing on turn 5 was a common line. Turn 5, because you have like 5 mana to play Aerith plus Agatha Soul Cauldron, and you could just do it everything turn after playing Moogle. And here in this game I play Scavenging Ooze, eat their Flage. This felt great, but unfortunately only for my Scavenging Ooze to die for another Flage in the yard. Yeah, this was much worse. Okay, so I go for a Ballista here, 2/2 Ballista, which can grow and present a problem, be another attacker for them, but again another Flage. This is just kind of the best thing you can have when playing against aggro decks. And here we can see opponent filling their graveyard enough to recast the Flage. They need another land, but they got it, and there's just nothing I can do about this. I have another Aerith in hand, so that's cool, but it's such a hard game here. I go for a Static Prison, I go for another Static Prison, and at this point I'm hoping for Agatha Soul Cauldron top deck to go for a kill on the same turn. My opponent in meantime plays the Null Drifter. I needed Agatha Soul Cauldron like right now. Did not get it, and yeah, I think that was it. So I ended up playing a few more turns, and I find the Guide of Souls here. Guide of Souls grows my Aerith immediately. So I didn't, my Static Prison was about to die next turn, so I didn't want to play any creatures before I let the Static Prison die. And yeah, here opponent gets a Flage in their graveyard. They are full of cards in hand and a bunch of mana. So now opponent escapes Flage, passes the turn with 3 more mana here. And yeah, I got the piece, combo piece. It wasn't Agatha I needed, so I just played Aerith, grow my Aerith a bit, then played Walking Ballista, and I have blockers. I gained 1 life, go up to 5. My opponent can't Flage my Aerith, so but they have like 10 cards in hand. I just concede here, so that was the loss in this league. And let's go check out another match. This was match number 4. I started with turn 1 Giver of Runes. I decided to play it instead of Guide of Souls to be able to protect my guide in this game. Opponent, I think they were on Hammer. I see it's a Boros with Mox Opal. It has to be Hammer. So opponent plays turn 2 Steel Cutter into Mox. But they just don't play well against Giver of Runes, this deck. And also they don't have anything to prevent my Aerith combo. So I go for a Surveil, put Ballista in the graveyard. And I can go for another Giver of Runes. I think like a double Giver of Runes is super strong against Hammer. Also, I have Solitude, which is super good against them, and here I take their Core Steel Cutter. It's their grindy combo piece, which can sometimes make a lot of tokens. So I want to get rid of that threat. Okay, so I make my Guide of Souls a 3/4 attacker, then just play Walking Ballista to be able to pay for Static Prison next turn. Opponent plays Esper Sentinel, not much from opponent here. And now I have Aerith. And yeah, Aerith Aerith grows thanks to the Guide of Souls trigger here. And I can protect it with, I have Ballista in the yard, I need Agatha to finish them off this game. Aerith also has a lifelink, so it's good in these long games, can gain me a lot of life. Opponent finds another Core Steel Cutter and the Urza Saga passes the turn. Okay, another Guide of Souls for me here. I play another guide, of course, get another energy trigger and another Aerith trigger. So now I can attack with both of my creatures. This is very strong clock. I can even maybe find 3 energy to get my Aerith flying next turn. I did get another counter on Aerith to grow it more, gain more life. I'm now on 25. That is a lot. Opponent plays Core Steel Cutter, but yeah, in wrong order actually with this mental, and just concedes. Okay, in this matchup I board in Wrath of the Skies, of course, plus my artifact removals like Knight of Autumn, Outland Liberator, and a couple of On Thin Ices. Okay. This is, I think, pretty solid hand. I have I'm missing Agatha Soul Cauldron for combo, and I have 2 Static Prisons that is great against Hammer. Okay, so I play Guide of Souls, and they play Stoneforge Mystic with Sigarda Aid on the field, but here I have 3 Static Prisons. That is a lot of Static Prisons, so I take their Sigarda's Aid and play a fetch, pass a turn. That's all I need at the moment. Opponent goes for Pure Steel Paladin and passes the turn. This tells me that they probably holding protection spell in their hand, but I'm okay with that. So opponent is going to spend this turn just protecting the Pure Steel Paladin, and then on their turn they will play Colossus Hammer. Can't do anything about that. What I can do is surveil and try to play Static Prison, another Static Prison on the next turn. Okay, so I can survive attack with Hammer, but opponent here has Core Steel Cutter, and once again they don't play Colossus Hammer here, but instead just pass a turn. Okay, so it seems like my opponent is once again protecting their Pure Steel Paladin. I go for Aerith, get some life, get a huge life linker here, and I try to play another Static Prison, but my opponent has another Surge of Salvation, and it seems like a bad situation for me, my opponent being able to play not just a Hammer, but also a second Pure Steel Paladin, getting 2 draws, free equipping on their trample creature, and I can block with Aerith here. I can block with God of Souls. My Aerith survives, and actually this is so funny, but I keep my Aerith alive, and then I top deck Agatha Soul Cauldron, so I didn't have to do this in game 3, just got the win immediately. I got the combo and exiled the exiled Ballista and just went off for a clean kill. And yeah, that was another win for 3-1 in this league. That is all the games I will go through in this league. And yeah, so after that league, that was my second version of a deck. Then I switched to this version, played 2 more leagues with this exact version. Yeah, I thought I'm now going through one of those leagues, but I accidentally went through the first version of a deck. Never mind, I still like showing you the previous version and how the testing went and how the list evolved. I really liked Moogle more in those leagues after than the Bright Glass Gearhulk was often just useless. It would get me like a Guide of Souls and Ocelot Pride, which is not bad, but it was like most of these situations was like me digging for a combo piece like either Cauldron. Often it was Cauldron, and I could not find it, especially since then I played 3 of them, not 4 of them. It was even harder to find it. So with the Delivery Moogle, I got a better with 4 Recruiters, and Delivery Moogles were kind of 5 and 6 copies of Recruiter. I got a more consistent find of all the combo pieces, and I was able to consistently combo kill my opponents in the mid game. And that made me more content over the choices than like playing stuff like Bright Glass Gearhulk, and which doesn't get you the Cauldron, and like Mikos, which is only good if you have a bunch of cat tokens, with Ocelot Pride on the field, which where you're probably already winning in those situations, so it's a kind of overkill. And yeah, I definitely didn't like that. What I did like was Safi, but in the end I decided to play like a 4th Ballista over Safi. But I think you could probably, if you want to play Safi, you can like cut 1 Moogle, play 1 Safi. I think that is good. 1 Moogle, of course, it's a 4 mana 3/2 flying. It's not that good, but I think it's an interesting piece for this mono white version of a deck. And I liked having 2, but as I said, I think it would probably be fine just playing 1 of them, since it is a 4 mana card, and instead you could play like 4th Static Prison or like a second portable hole, or Safi, as I mentioned before. I think these are good options. You could also play one card, one guy from the Discord suggested. I kind of like that. It's Jolted Awake. Since this is a Solitude deck, you could like randomly gain a bunch of energy, then play Jolted Awake on your Solitude, which seemed pretty good. I actually like that idea, but just didn't have time to test all the variants of the deck and all the cards I wanted in the deck. But I think like that is a pretty solid idea. And I'm open to trying Jolted Awake. I don't think this version of a deck is final for me. I think it still needs work. And I like the idea of having like a couple of Jolted Awakes with Solitudes in deck, but also getting your Aerith back, or just Ocelot and Guide of Souls, since they people always prioritize killing those. But a good thing is this can also return artifacts from the graveyard, so you can even return Agatha Soul Cauldron from the graveyard, which can be really a big deal. And what I was missing in this deck often was like Malevolent Rumble. I think I was trying to fit Rumble, but it was just too hard to fit everything you want. But I think Rumble was a would be good, potentially good fit in this deck. Randomly putting like Ballista in the yard, putting stuff for, even with Jolted Awake, it becomes even better. So you are also able to grab a Hole or Static Prison with Rumble. You're basically able to get your entire deck. There is no card in a deck that Rumble can hit, and that is truly amazing. But then I tried another thing, which was like go for Orzo version of a deck, playing instead of a Rumble, playing for example the Overlord. So this was what I tried after that, and this wasn't bad as well. I kind of liked this version too. And Orzo version has some potential as well. You're also getting like Fulminators and Totsis when going Orzo. And I liked both of these versions a lot. And this is what I come to after after a lot of testing. Actually, I certainly played like 5-6 leagues total with different versions of a deck. And these two are the ones I liked the most, I think. But I think I liked Mono White version more. I still didn't try version playing Rumbles, but I think that could potentially be solid as well. And yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and yeah, that's all. So for the end, a friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe. I'm very excited about playing more Aerith in the future. I think this is a very, very solid deck, and it has something in it over energy, and that makes you just win very easily some of the hard matchups for energy. Those matchups that are combo decks and having like turn 3, consistent turn 3, turn 4 kills. You are now also like a turn 3 combo deck that doesn't really need much to combo, and plays the Agatha Soul Cauldron in the main deck, which is just good against so many decks, good against opponents' Flages, good against stuff like Gorios, and everything that targeting a certain card in the graveyard. So it's a kind of a main deck hate piece that is one of the main combo pieces as well. I really like this version a lot. I think there is a lot more to explore here, going with a Rumble especially. I would like to try that next. I would like to, of course, Moogles are a kind of a fun piece to try. I think there is a potential in playing one or two of those, but not like completely necessary for deck. You could experiment with other slots there. And I think Rumble is and Jolted Awake are potentially fun and good pieces to try in this type of build. and Orzhov was not bad as well, so there is a lot more to explore going down this route, but I liked this archetype. I think Aerith is going to be a very good modern card. It's going to be a great modern card, in fact, for a lot of time. And the thing is, it works so well with Guide of Souls. I like that. And even without combo with Guide of Souls in the deck, it just becomes pretty scary. I hated, as I said, I hated like Mikaeus. I hated Bright Glass Gearhulk. They felt too slow, mostly useless. I didn't like them at all. And yeah, okay, so that is it for today. Again, thank you for watching, and goodbye. So for the end, a friendly reminder, click subscribe, comment down below. How about all these versions I mentioned? How about this mono white and the version with Rumble, or the Orzo version? Which seems, I would like to hear what version of a deck seems like most appealing to you. I think I would like to try the Rumble version next. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.